God bless you. My name is Gustavo Silva. I am from Refuge Church. Some people know me as Pastor T. Some people know me as Soldier T from my Christian hip hop days. Um, I'm here for the youth. I'm here for you guys that needing some answers or needing some encouragement. I'm here to speak to you. Okay, so if you're a youth, right? If you needed some answers, you need some inspiration, you need something, well, God is going to pour into me and I'm going to pour into you. All right, this is what we're going to do in this page. All right, so if you can go down in the comments, let me know where you who you are, where you're from. Put the little flag in the comments and let me know what country you are. I always kind of like to know that. I know the countries that people are from. Go in the comments and hit it up. Now, right now you see some graffiti in my background. I'm an 80s guy. I like graffiti. So I picked this to be my first spot to do this live. So if you know where I'm at, if you have an idea where I'm at, put it in the comments. Let me know where you're at. Let me know where you think that I'm at, right? Where you think that I'm transmitting this live from. And then maybe in the future, if you guys get good at it, we'll start giving out surprises. If you know a good location that has these type of wall art, I call it wall art. Some people call it scribble, but I call it wall art. Let me know. Put it in the comments, and I'll go there. I'm gonna try to be doing these lives from different locations, different places. You know, and it's the fall, so the weather's nice. I like the fall. You know, it's boot season, it's scarf season, it's season for pumpkin spice and all that stuff. I love it. This is my time of the year. But enough of that. You know, let's get into what I'm really here for, and I'm really here is for you. So 7654321. Let's get blessed up. Yes, sir. Okay, I'm here to talk about tribulations. And I'm talking about, and we're not tribulations as like the end times, in tribulating times, right? When times of trouble, times of fear, times of confusion, times where we kind of like don't know where we stand or where we are. We're gonna talk about that because right now, with this COVID thing, we all in those type of situations. You know, we don't know when school's gonna start. We don't know when school's gonna finish. Where some of us are half day, some of us are all day, and it's kind of confusing when to wear a mask, when not to wear a mask. Are we ever gonna get finished with this mask wearing stuff? How do you get COVID? How you don't get COVID? All this stuff here makes things difficult, right? Some of you guys probably had jobs and maybe got unemployed because you know, the layoffs and stuff like that. You know, some of you guys that work those jobs like in Walmart or in Ingles or, you know, like Starbucks or in Brewster's, you know, stuff like that. You work in the mall. Troubling times. Times got difficult, but let me let you know that in these times there's glory. And you're like, how is this? How is it? How can we glory in these times? Because these times lets us know who we are, how strong we are, and in what areas of our lives that we need to work on, right? Like this is saying this says pressure bust pipes, right? Pressure, tribulating times also produces perseverance, right? Because if we can be successful in this time, if we can go through this time and be like, I made it through this COVID era, then it lets you know how strong you are. There's some of you that graduated in this time, right? When the whole COVID thing started, we went to school at home and you finished your school year, and congratulations to all you that graduated, and you guys probably moved on to high school, or some of you guys moved on from high school into college. You know, it was difficult, but you know what? Some of you guys buckled down and said, nah, this is not going to stop me, and I am going to graduate. I am going to move on to the next grade. Some of you guys went from 5th grade to the 6th grade. Some of you went from 7th to 8th grade. Some, you know, from 8th to 9th, right? You didn't let these times make you give up, and that's good for you. And that's good for you, right? Because that lets you know that you can do anything, right? If you went through that whole thing, then you can go through anything. Anytime that things get difficult, you're gonna be like, oh, I remember when the COVID thing happened and I had to go to school from home, and I did it, and I got my projects done, and I got my classwork done. You did it. See, these times like this that we are in right now, they give us for in the future when we encounter other troubling times. What do? You know, and I know some of you guys went to God. I mean, I went to God, when things got difficult, and I said, hey, God, how can I do this? And God said, be still, have peace, because I'm with you. See, I'm telling you, be still, have peace, because God is with you. God is with you in everything that you do and everywhere that you go. In your house, in the bus, in the classrooms, in the hallways, in the cafeteria, wherever you go, God is with you. You got to remember to bring him with you. Don't forget God in these times. Don't forget God in these times of trouble. Don't forget God in these times of need. God is with you. God is for you. He created you. He made you. Then why would he leave you? He won't leave you, because he created you. He knew you since you was in your mom's belly. He knew you in there, and he has purpose for you, right? And then if some of you guys know that God has purpose for you guys, and he has called you guys into ministries and different things, right? God is not going to leave you now, okay? This right now is just a time of testing. It's just testing you to see how good you are. You know how sometimes in math class they test you on how many multiplications you could do in a minute or 2 minutes or 10 minutes. It's just testing to see how much you can do, right? Well, this time right now is just testing you. It's just testing you on how much you can handle and what's your limits, right? And then we know that when we get to that limit where our strength is no longer, that's when we grab onto God and we're like, God, I can't do this no more. Right? I feel lonely. I feel depressed. If you feel depressed, call on God. Attempt to call the Holy Spirit to come upon you and fill you up and fill that loneliness, because only God is going to fill up that loneliness. Don't go to drugs. Okay? Don't go to any of those things that you think will fill that up. The only thing that can fill that up is God. Okay, that's the only one that can fill it up, right? So if you guys are feeling any type of way, put it in the comments. We'll reach out to you. Okay? We'll reach out to you and we'll call you. That's what we're here for, and we're gonna do more of these things. But let me go to this Bible verse, right? We go to this Bible verse. It's in Romans 5. In Romans 5, you go to verse number 3, and it says, and not only that, but we also glory in tribulation. You see that? It says you glory in tribulation. That means that we can have victory in tribulation. We can have victory in troubling times. And you're going to have the victory. You are going to have the victory. Okay? But you have to rely on God. We have to trust in God. And then you will have the victory in anything that you do. And anything you put your mind to, you're going to have the victory. And then, but after that, it says, knowing that tribulation produces perseverance. Okay? So these troubling times will produce a stronger you. Okay, these troubling times are going to produce a smarter you. These troubling times are going to produce a more faithful you, right? Because it's a lot of people that as soon as this thing hit, they forgot about God. They forgot who's the one that's been providing for them, the one who's been making sure they have a roof over their head, that they have their books, that they have their clothes, right? That they have food on it. They forgot about God, right? But if you don't forget about God, he won't forget about you. I'm going to say that again. If you don't forget about God, he won't forget about you. He created you. He made you. Okay? He loves you. Okay? He's waiting for you to say, God, I can't no more. You take this. You take this. And he will take it. And he will take it. And there's nothing no problem that you have that God can't take and he can't fix. Okay, there's no situation in your life that God can't intervene and put his hands in there and fix. There's no situation, but you gotta let him. You gotta put it in his hands. Okay, so it produces perseverance. Right? So I want you guys to produce perseverance. I want you guys to be productive in these times, right? And one of the main ways of doing that is keeping your eyes, keeping your ears, listening for him and looking for him, right? And when you listen for him and you look for him and then you speak and call out his name, okay? Call out his name in any day, anywhere. Just call out his name. In any situation, call out his name. Is it a school issue? Call out his name. Is it a boyfriend-girlfriend issue? Call out his name. Is it a friend issue? Call out his name and say, God, help me with this. Give me the knowledge and the wisdom. Because this pressure is getting to you. See, because you guys are thinking like big pressures, right? You're thinking about world pressures. But, you guys got pressures too, You guys got pressures too, being in school and in your whole social atmosphere that you guys live in. There's a lot of pressure there too. There's a lot of people trying to pull you this way and a lot of people pull you that way, trying to get you to do things that maybe you don't want to do. And you don't know how to handle that situation, right? That situation that you don't know how to handle, that's a troubling time. That's tribulations for you. You know, we're not talking about, you know, us adults, we have our own tribulations. We have our own issues. But I know that you guys have also tribulations. And your tribulations are just as important as mine, right? But yours, your answer, the answer to your tribulation and to your problem, it's the same answer as mine, and that's God. Looking for him. Looking for him wherever we stand and wherever we go. Asking him for guidance. Asking him for strength. Asking him, right? That's also what we got to do. We have to ask him, okay? That's what we got to do, is just ask him and look for him. In anything that we do, in anything that we encounter, we ask him, right? Because he's the word says it, you know, he's waiting for us to ask. And as soon as he asks, he will answer, you know, immediately. He will answer. And if he doesn't answer at that time, then, you know, I'm gonna give you a little something. Sometimes God wants us to go through tribulations. He wants us in there. Why? So we learn. So we learn who we are. So we learn how far we can go. So we learn to go to him. See, because sometimes we don't look for God until we're in trouble. So sometimes he leaves us there for a little bit. And he says, you know what, you need to stay there for a little bit. And then, but if we always look for him, then we don't have to worry about those things, right? So look for God. And I know that was a little bit deep, but that's for my older crowd. You know, you 18-year-olds and you 17-year-olds, you know what I'm talking about. Look for God. Find him, okay? He's looking for you, okay? And even in these times, he's working in your favor. How I know he's working in your favor? Because you still walking, you still breathing, okay? You still eating, okay? You still surviving, you alive. If you alive, then God is with you, right? If you surviving this thing, God is with you, okay? So look for God in these troubling times. Look for God wherever you stand, wherever you go. Look for God even in school. Look for God. He's there waiting for you. All he's waiting for you to say something. Say something. Say, God, come and help me. Come and take me out of the situation. Give me the knowledge and your wisdom to get through it, right? Because he'll excuse me, he'll help you get through it. He will help you fight. He will give you the strength that you need. But you have to ask him, and you have to go to him, and then you will persevere. And then and in later times, in later situations, you're gonna remember what you went through, and when it was tough, you remember who you went to. See, because that's the biggest lesson that we need to learn, is when things get tough, who do we go to? Do we try to handle it ourselves, or do we ask God? That's the question, right? Do we handle it ourselves, or do we ask God, right? So let's ask God. Let's give him, let's put it in his hands, right? And then he will give us the victory. So God bless you guys all. I hope that this somehow, in some way, it spoke to you. Right? Put it in the comments. Okay, I want to know who you guys are, where you guys are from, and all that. Okay, so God bless you, and yeah, and don't forget, in the comments, put other locations where you see graffiti art like this, or locations where you want me to be, and I'll shoot a live from there. Okay, and I'll see you guys next week. We're gonna do these things weekly. God bless you all day, every day. One love.